So I've got Connor, right? And we're just going to talk about, I mentioned global warming earlier, so big number question, what is global warming?
It's like the change of weather and how it interacts with other people.
Okay, so change of weather like rain and snow and blistering hot.
And how people cause that.
How do people cause that?
Factory or jobs.
Factories?
Mm-hmm.
We'll take that one first. So what types of factories? What part of factories?
Like the part that puts out that affects the weather, like smoke, or that's how they produce stuff.
Okay, so if we were to look at smoke, how would that impact the weather? Are you thinking of those big chimneys?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll contaminate the air, which affect the animals and stuff.
Okay, so then how does that make it warm though? Like, why do people call it global warming?
I don't know.
Me neither. No, so you're talking about though, so smoke gets in and it pollutes the air.
Mm-hmm.
So then do you think that that's causing something where heat gets trapped at all? Because I'm sure if everyone's calling it global warming.
It might cause the weather, change the weather, make it warm in some areas.
Warm in some areas?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it'd be areas that are really close to factories or like a remote island in the middle of nowhere that would be affected by that?
Probably areas that are close to factories.
Why?
Because it gets more of the contaminant stuff that it puts out.
Okay. And then you said also people's jobs can impact global warming. Is that factory jobs or a bunch of different jobs?
Factory jobs.
Okay. And it's what particular jobs are you thinking
of? People that work in factories or people that work at, I can't remember what they're called, oil plants or stuff. They have big pipes and it puts out fire and stuff.
Oh, are you thinking of the Kentucky border?
Yeah.
How there's one there and it's got the big fire going out of it? Okay. I know the one I'm thinking of when you described that was the marathon gas.
Yeah.
So that's like gasoline for our cars. Is that same gas what's going out through the pipes, or is it something different?
Well, when you drive a car, it puts out smoke.
Okay.
Which it's kind of like Siemens factories.
Just smaller?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we've got a bunch of smoke getting in the air, and are we saying that somehow changes the weather?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of changes do you think are the biggest ones going on?
Well, it affects the animals it affects the trees, which have they produce I can't remember what it's called, but it helps us breathe.
Okay. Is it a gas or something we eat or something in the ground?
That the trees put out?
Yeah.
It's like a gas.
A gas? Okay. Different than the one we said comes from cars and factories?
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Okay. So the cars and factories are bad ones. You said they cause... What, did you use a certain word for that?
They
contaminant? Okay. And then we've got ones that come from trees and they help us breathe and they're healthier?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you said the bad gas makes it so that we don't get as many good gases?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so if we had more of those good gases, would there be less global warming? More global warming?
If we had less of the good gases?
If we had more of the good gases?
Yeah, I think it would help a little bit.
Help a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Any ideas how?
I don't know. It makes the air better.
Okay. Better for everyone?
For animals and us to inhale.
Okay. So then we can all breathe better and it's not gross factory air is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Phone's blinking. And so then we talked a little bit about factories. So being in Kentucky, people always talk about coal.
Yeah.
Do you think that has anything to do with it at all?
It could be because they use a bunch of machines to get it out of the ground and stuff.
Okay. So then how does that have anything to do with global
machines put
warming?
off the machines put off like smoke and stuff, which
So then that goes back to getting the air dirty.
yeah.
All right. So let's figure this out. So if we've got our factory and we're getting the air dirty, why are people saying that that's, like, I always think when people say global warming, you know, polar bears are losing their homes. Have you seen those posters? No? Okay. Maybe I'm just old. But everyone always shows a picture of a polar bear on like a little glacier in the middle of the ocean, and it says like, this is global warming. And I think what they're trying to say is that he's just got this little glacier to stand on, this little spot of ice, when he used to have like a whole land of ice to walk around. And so it's like global warming, so the ice is melting. Have you ever heard of stuff like that at all?
I've heard of it a little bit.
A little bit? With like polar bears or something else?
Probably the same thing of how it like changes the weather and stuff.
Okay, so I guess I'm just trying to figure out like how that smoke, that bad gas, can do that.
Because it has chemicals in it.
Okay, so chemicals cause the ice to melt, cause the weather
Well, it
changes.
changes the weather, which would make it warmer.
Okay, so we're saying warmer weather.
Yeah, warmer weather and where it's cold, which would cause like the ice to melt.
So we got factories causing smoke, getting chemicals in the air, which makes the weather warmer. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Cool. I like it. Well, thank you very much.